Add to stream. There we go. Got the stash going on. Got a text message, K Dub, real quick. Tell him he is good to go. And we'll get rolling with this cards giving. We got a couple people on first. I know Kyle's coming on, K Dub and Bam Bam Cam, and Jamie with their kids before they go to bed. Tonight's a special night where we get together as friends and tell each other how great each other is. So should be a good night. Not the typical Tuesday night rant where we get on, topics of this, that, the other, what's making us mad. So should be a good time. Mr. K Dub's entering. Let's add him to the stream. There he is, Mr. Mustache himself.
Yo, man, I don't got quite the light that you got, but I'll try to get you a little good shot over here.
Good shot over there. What's up, man? Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a cool deal.
Happy cards giving, man. Just got home from work, had an okay day. Feel like I should have maybe trimmed a little bit today because you got the handlebars going on. It's nice. Yeah. I don't get hair right here though.
I gotta keep it clean, I gotta keep it clean.
Yeah, see, my dad, I was talking to him. He's got a good, face ratio from nose to lip. Like I don't. Yeah. He's got a good inch and a half of just pure gold there. So
well, that's Taylor too, man. Taylor's got that. You got to have that nice thickness, man. And I don't got that thickness. It's thin, but I like to curl it around a little bit,
See, it gets me when it gets in the little sides of my mouth to start chewing on it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no. When it starts to, mine kind of curls over like little fangs in the middle. My wife hates it. She's so ready. She's so ready for the month to be over.
Yeah, she's like, how many days left? Oh, my mom just hates it. My dad hadn't had a stash since 1981.
Oh, wow.
At least that's what they said. It was before I was even born. The picture I sent you guys in the group was pre-me. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. We got 7 people watching, man. I just brought you on the show. I know you wanted to go first. Like I said, we're trying to go anti-rant. And because it's Thanksgiving weekend, I want to know what you're thankful for, man. Because I know I'm pretty thankful for this note I got right here from you. We'll get into that in a minute, depending on how long you got. But to see what's going on with you tonight. What you're thankful for? Could be hobby, could be family, could be Adrian Peterson. I don't know.
Well, I can't start my thankful list without, thanking for grace, man. I'm where I'm at in my faith, man. And, I'm thankful that I'm not trying to do this thing on my own and try to figure it out on my own, So I'm thankful back when I was 19 that some dudes that I met in college, had enough courage to share the good news with me and, it changed my life. So thankful for grace and my relationship with the Lord. But I'm so thankful for my family, and then that's part of the blessing, man. I mean, I got an amazing wife who supports me and my shenanigans and the crazy ideas that I come up with for my Twitter friends or for my school or for my ideas I come up with my classroom. And then of course, man, I'm so blessed to have 3 healthy boys, who are just awesome. So. And then thankful for my job. I'm a teacher and I love what I get to do every single day. It's crazy right now. I don't know that every day I'm outwardly thankful for my job, but I'm thankful that, I work a job that gives me enough to allow my wife to stay home and raise my boys at home and be mom. And I mean, the list goes on and on, man. I got so many great friends that I'm so appreciative of. I got a supportive, family that I've been blessed to come up with. And I got the list goes on, man. I mean,
it's impossible to name everybody, right? It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no doubt, man. I mean, I could start throwing out names and the list just goes on. And I would hate to do it because you always feel like you
miss somebody and you feel terrible about it. Right. Yeah.
So, but people know, and people who know me know that it's never personal, but you just, you try your best to show appreciation to everybody, but somebody's always going to get left out when you only got 175 characters or whatever it is. So
Absolutely, man. And I'm just so thankful you put this group of people together for the Movember. I always do the no shave November. I've never had a mustache my entire
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
So
Now,
just being part of the hobby group, and I've said it to you many times, like you were my first ever hobby friend. Like back on, my own personal Twitter before I had a cards only one, this card, I'm like, yeah, you want like $8? You're like, hey bro, that's like a $2 card. I had no idea. Like, I don't know. I haven't collected a card in 25 years. And so really introduced me to the hobby, some great people. I'm pretty sure you introduced me to Eloy. I'm in his streams every Friday night, and just a great group of people you surround yourself with has inspired me to surround myself with great people. And that's what it's about, man. I'm here for the engagements, the interactions, and it's really your experience online and in the hobby is directly correlated to people you surround yourself with.
for sure.
And you bring positivity every single day to the hobby, and that's what I just love about you. Is just every day you can look at your feed. You're having a bad day, let's go see what K-Dub's up to. Just make your day better. So
Well, I really strive for that because I see so much of the negative in the world, even in my day-to-day life, not just social media, but just in the world, you see a lot of negative, and so I just kind of made it my goal to try to bring smiles, and I'm pretty lucky that I have some pretty entertaining family members, especially Bam Bam Cam, that likes to smile for pictures and make videos and stuff. So, or whatever, let me jump over him when I'm doing slam dunks or whatever.
that's awesome. I love those slam dunk pictures. Hey, if I'm not paying attention, I'm just inviting the next person in. So I don't mean to be rude to you.
No, you're good, man. So yeah, no, the Movember thing, I think I used to do no shave November as well. And then a buddy of mine kind of mentioned this Movember thing and turned me on to it. So we've been doing it the last 3 years, I think, on Twitter. And then I've been growing a mustache in Movember for I don't know, a couple years now. So actually, when I was first started teaching, I grew a mustache for November, and I made an assignment, an extra credit assignment, that if any kid could write an essay explaining why I should shave my mustache, they got to shave my mustache off. And I had
awesome.
I had a kid in the middle of class shave my mustache off, and like the whole 7th graders were all cheering, and it was pretty funny. So
that is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I really like seeing the we do our show with Claire, and she's a big part of the hobby too. And I can't thank everybody enough for supporting just not even just us, but our kids too. So important. Sure. You get the people like, I know Garrett's here in the chat. His son just happens to like Patrick Mahomes, and they get a bad rap because he's a Chiefs fan. Just happens to be the MVP, but his kid legit.
Which
like
is the
Patrick Mahomes.
The worst PC your son could have is the most expensive player in the hobby.
People want to say he's a scammer and all this stuff, and Garrett's one of the best human beings I've ever met. But your kid likes AP, mine likes Jesse Winker. We both got the Cooper Cup connection going.
Oh yeah. No, I'm same way, man. The hobby has really embraced my son, and it's been pretty amazing. And I know I say it often, but man, people have just shown my kid more more support and love than I could ever imagine. And actually, I called my buddy Jimmy at Kentucky Cards. I don't know if you know at Kentucky Cards. He brings more positivity than 8 times what I try to bring in just his normal life. That guy is awesome. But
he's the guy with the new store.
Yeah. That's Jim. Yeah,
store is so dope.
So he sent Cam two AP autos just because, and I called him on the phone the other day, and then when I talked to him, it was like literally I was talking to my best friend. All right, now, bud, got to get your jammies on. Go get your jammies on first. Sorry, man, I got naked toddlers running in here. Don't want to flag your YouTube stream.
You mean like this Bam Bam Cam right here? That's in Claire's book on the first page.
There it is.
Just like that one.
Yeah, and so, anyways,
that's a notebook right there.
I called Jimmy and I found his number on Google, and I just called him. And one thing I told him was, like the thing that I'm so appreciative of is like so many people have helped put cards in my kids' collection that there's no way I could have done on my own, and they do it just because. And so I think that's what really like just makes my dad heart just thump, thump, thump. Not that the fact that dudes are doing it because they want to send Cam an expensive card, but they're trying to help me give something to my son that I wouldn't be able to do on my own, you know.
Of course.
So, pretty amazing.
Well, that's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing your story with us tonight.
Yeah, man. No, I'm appreciative you having me on there, and I know you wanted to touch a little bit on that letter that you showed, but
this is my goal for next year. Is Kyle sends me, K-Dub sends me this letter right here. I don't want to read it all because I'm gonna start getting all misty eyed. But I just hand it to my wife, and she, you know, we get letters, we get cards, and I don't want to ever downplay something else someone has sent me ever, because everything is wonderful. We literally have a PC of stuff that people have sent us, but this is just spelled out everything that I've tried to do within the last year that somebody noticed it. And you know, we don't ever look for thank yous and stuff, but it's just validation that I've done good and that I've done positive things, and somebody else has noticed. And she even said, like, she read it, like, this is by far the best, you know, one that you have gotten, like a handwritten 1.5-page note about the Movember, about, you know, about Claire, about Cooper, about Cooper Cup cards, about Winker, about Hobby Love, like things you remember personally about us and our family. And that's what makes it so much better. It's not just, oh, hey, thanks for the cards, have a great day, K-Dub. It's personalized and to us, and like, because you know me, kind of. That's what made it so special, is we've built that friendship up over the last 1.5 years or so, and it's all written out in a letter that I get to keep forever. So
no doubt,
that's what I'd like to do, is be more personable going forward. And because I don't write stuff like that, and I should. I know Kelly from Kelly Cards is on here. He writes Claire a card every single time. Che from ENS Sports does. I just got one from Garrett this week that he literally wrote out to the whole entire family. Like, these are just things I got to do. Just another collector. He wrote our whole family a card. Like, it's incredible. So
yeah, and it's those things you can hold on to. You know, I mean, you can send DMs, which are awesome. I mean, send people encouraging DMs, but it costs you 55 cents to mail a letter, and that's something that, you know, you can have there with you. And I remember when I was in 8th grade, like, notes. So this is before texting, before cell phones, before social media. Like, notes were king. I don't know how old you are, bro. I'm 36, but
I got you by a couple of years. I understand.
So yeah, when I was in middle school, it was like you would write notes. That's
and
what
you fold them up like a little football or something.
My go-to was the arrow. I can make the arrow. But like those were a big deal, and so I've really tried to carry that on, even in you know, a digital age. I've really tried to, you know, continue that kind of the beauty of letter writing. And so I try to write one a week, just like the one that I sent you, just to another friend or brother who's, you know, been supportive or helpful, or just seems like they need you know, a month or two back. You know, you see people going through stuff, you see people dealing with stuff. There's just something to be said about getting something in the mail that's handwritten. I don't know, man. And it's simple. And like you said, it's something you can have and you can hold on to, and it made your day better. And shoot, for 55 cents and 15 minutes to write a letter, man, I'll do that every day of the week. So
yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I'm glad that it made a difference. So, and I got to tell you, the card I sent you actually came out of Bam Bam Cam's PC, but don't tell him that. He got a nice stack of cards from Nana, his hobby Nana, and one that Claypool was in there. So I said, Cam, we got to send this to my buddy. He's a big Notre Dame fan. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. I know I'm trying to get to Jamie here next. We're having some technical issues, but he's got another kid he got to get to bed too. So we're gonna try to get through everybody. People are blowing up my DMs like, hey, here's my email, get us in here. So
yeah,
we'll try to get to Jamie and to Garrett and everybody else who wants to get on here. So
appreciate the time, man. Keep it up. I love what you do, and I love doing it with you. So let's keep at it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for being on Cards Giving, where we're just here to spread the hobby love tonight. So thank you. Absolutely, you guys have a great night.
Yep.
And we'll get some other people on here next. You guys bear with me for 1 sec. Let me send out a couple evites while Jamie's getting ready. If you guys want to come on and I don't have your email, or I'm not sure what it is, maybe I'm panicking because I'm not sure what's going on. There's Jamie. Add him to the stream. There he is. Wonder if I can only go with 2 people at a time or something. Because were you just waiting while Kyle was on?
I don't know.
Because as soon as he went away, you popped up, but I should be able to add 6 at a time. So I was like trying to have you in like the green room to add you. So I don't know. I gotta try to figure this out too. It was only like my 4th
no,
time.
it's all good.
I see some Broncos fans over there. That's what we like to see.
That's right.
Yeah. You boys like this guy?
Yeah.
We do. We like these too.
You like those? All right. I got
maximum beverage Coolidge right there.
I got a whole
Oh yeah.
got about 100 more in there. So thanks for coming on the show tonight. We're talking here with our hobby friends. K-Dub was just on, got you guys on because I know your bedtime's coming up.
Well, they actually don't have school tomorrow, so this worked out for being Central Time to be able to make this work out. Because if it was a normal night, you'd be stuck with my ugly mug, not seeing these guys.
All right, let me just type here to Zach. I got him in the waiting room now, so perfect. So yeah, like we're just saying, man, going through the hobby, seeing what we're thankful for. Hobby friends, you could be like your bond with your kids or your Chenault, or like you could, if you got your awesome Colorado Broncos PC that you DM me like once every other week and put mine to shame. If my buddy Abdul's watching, he knows I got this that he sent me sitting here on the hobby table.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So what do you guys got? What are you thankful for on this Tuesday night? You thankful you're not at school tomorrow, or?
Yeah, they are. They're already planning out how they can get more video game time tomorrow. So we'll have to sort that out. But I'm thankful. I have 3 boys. My oldest one's kind of maybe grown out of it for a little bit, and I certainly understand that. But I'm enjoying hanging out with these guys. And a mail day comes in. I know I shared with you guys in the chat last night. Will, this one's Will. He had a card that he wanted to trade, and the response was it was overwhelming. I don't know that I've ever had my notifications and DMs do what they did last night. And the response to try and get some cards into his hands, and then people were just like, yeah, no, I don't want the card. I'll just send him some stuff. And
that's just awesome.
Kyle mentioned the same thing about, so many of these cards that these boys have in their hands are in their hands because of the generosity of the people that are in this hobby. And it makes my heart sing. It's humbling to me as a dad to know that someone would spend time, spend money, and it brightens their day. They're so excited about it. They know the cards, like, yeah, this was sent by so-and-so and so-and-so. And I don't know. It's pretty cool to watch them light up. I should probably let them talk about maybe some of the more memorable times they've got some cards, but it's cool as a parent to see, the way the hobby treats the kids. Cause I think
absolutely
it's our inner kid, right?
Yeah. I mean, we got this right here. I probably purchased one of these cards.
Yeah.
And we need 3 more to go, just because my daughter's the one who collects Jesse Winker, and she likes sparkly things. I mean, she's 4. Like, she just opened a Jesse Winker card one day. Like, this is what I like. I like this guy. Okay, great. Let's start collecting this guy. I mean, I started being a Broncos fan because I went to Cub Foods when I was 6, and I got one of those little mini helmets, and it was a Broncos helmet. My brothers were 49ers fans at the time because, hey, 1988, who's not a 49ers fan? You know what I'm saying? So we became Broncos fans, and then my love kind of wore off on them. And, being in Ohio, everybody hates the Broncos because what he did to the Browns. So that just fed off of it. And, you know, we travel out to Denver once a year. Anytime they're in Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, Pittsburgh. I won't go back to Indianapolis or Buffalo. Bad experiences there. But I just the love the people show the kids is just infectious. And just even other people, you know, how racks come together, and just, you know, a couple times I put out, hey, someone's going through a rough time. We need like $40. My PayPal's full of $40 in 5 minutes. It's just,
I mean, you guys got me a couple weeks ago. So I was very appreciative that, you know, there's a group of people that thought enough of me, I guess, in the hobby that were willing to chip in and send a really cool card to me. But more important was the sentiment behind it, and you know, dealing with the loss of someone important, and that people recognize it. They're aware. They choose to be kind. And I don't know, our world seems like it needs a lot more of that these days, is the kindness over the you know, I think it's easy to hide sometimes instead of just being who you are and being true and being kind. It's kind of funny. I get to, and I knew I was a little nervous going after Kyle, but you know, being a teacher and seeing the way that he impacts kids has inspired me as a teacher in my room to, you know, live up to his standard. So I'm thankful that the hobby has brought me together with other teachers that are inspirations for me to be better at what I do every day.
And one thing I want to circle back to real quick is that, like you said, when you got the card, to me, it's more that the people behind it care about you enough to do this than the actual physical card. You know, I've gotten things in the mail that's just so amazing and so awesome. Like K-Dub sent the Chase Claypool, because he knows I like him in the Notre Dame jerseys. But, you know, this letter means more to me than that card, which I'm sure to you, you know, just knowing that X amount of people cared enough to do this for you means more than, you know, the card we actually sent or the cards that you got, because those are cardboard, but feelings and emotions and emotional bonds, that, you know, that's real life stuff. So
yeah, and I'll remember it. I mean, that's a memento of that. I keep in my cabinet, kind of up above where we are right now. I keep every note I've ever got from someone in the hobby. Just I appreciate them thinking about it, and it's also kind of my tuck away for a rainy day kind of thing about, all right, maybe it's my turn to make sure I'm returning the favor, and, you know, keeping an eye on the people that have taken care of me. So.
All right. Well, your boys have anything to say before we move on to Zach, who's up next?
Will or Quentin, do you want to say what you're thankful for in general, or maybe how people have treated you guys while you started collecting?
I'm thankful that people, when they share cards, they're like, they want to give them to you, like, meaningfully, not giving you them just because they don't really like the card or something.
Yes,
and then
that's very important.
I'm also thankful for that, as when you're younger, you get from what I've experienced, I have gotten a lot of cool things from people. Like one time, so this year, my birthday, before my birthday happened,
this was cool, wasn't it?
So Buck City Breaks, other breakers, they were sending me something and I didn't know what it was. And so I had opened once it got, because my birthday had passed and then it got here a couple of days later. And once I got the package, I opened it it was a school day and Dad hadn't come home yet, so I waited till he came home, and then I opened it up, and there was a couple cards in there, and then at the bottom of it, there was a jersey.
Yeah, it was.
At the bottom of the box, and then I didn't know who the player was, but I knew it was CU because it looked enough like a CU jersey instead of a Saints jersey. And it was a Laviska Chenault jersey, and I was really happy with it because Didn't we meet him?
We didn't have a chance to meet him, but we're big CU fans. So anything Colorado, we're all about. That's why Philip Lindsay's so popular in this house. So yeah, it was pretty cool. We're still trying to figure out getting it framed up for him, but it was very broad, all the people that had contributed to that. And I know that, Chris, you had been a part. So we're grateful. I don't know. I'm such 18 months ago, I was trying to find a Philip Lindsay autograph. And now I've developed these people that once this COVID ends, I can't wait to meet up. Like, we're making a trip to Ohio. We're going to go to Canton, and then on our trip, all the hobby people we've met, or, we've met virtually that are there, we want to say hello to.
Absolutely.
It's pretty.
Canton is awesome because who's going in next year? Mr. Manning. So
yes,
you might want to make that trip in August.
Maybe Atwater will get his ceremony.
My dad and I, we went to Champ last year. We're going to go to Atwater this year, but of course that didn't happen. But we were there for Champ, Mr. Bolin. We were there for Elway and Sharp. We didn't make it to TD, but Canton's amazing.
Yeah, we got to make it. Will, what do you want to say you were thankful for, bud?
I'm thankful for all the people that collect cards. It's not all about collecting cards. It's all about how you get it. It's when you pull a crazy card, for us, a Philip Lindsay on-card autograph. You're excited about it. You're not always okay, it's a card.
Absolutely, Will. That's great.
And they've gotten into the idea of they understand the value and when there's a kid, it's like, hey, this kid's got a birthday. You guys want to put together some cards for him? They're all in. They go dig through their cards and find cards that they have for their team, and I don't know. It's endearing and it's fun, and we've been blessed by the good people, and I think if you're being kind, I think it gets reciprocated. I think people begin to notice those things, and if you're truthful and honest, and I think Twitter, sometimes gets a bad rap, but that's where I've met so many of these people. So I don't know. I know that's how we connected, and the Bronco connection, and now we've got some DM chats that continue to go, and it's cool. Yeah,
I completely agree, man. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, I want to move on to Zach, and thank you guys for coming. Much love.
Broncos.
Go Broncos. We got the Saints coming up. Huge game. Got to get that dub. Got to contain Taysom Hill, right?
We got a chance. I'd rather face him than Breeze.
Absolutely, every day. All right, thank you so much. Let's bring Zach on.
Good night, Chris.
Zach, what's going on, brother?
None much.
With great beard come great responsibility, man.
I know. And y'all were talking about the hair going in your mouth when you eat. Yeah, I get that all the time.
Yeah, you do. So what's up, man? We're here. You've probably been watching the other guys and kids and stuff, just having a good time, spreading the hobby love. It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Typically, I do a hobby rant night where I go on and on about the hobby annoyances, eBay 101s, PSA 10 question marks. I try to be funny and all this stuff, and just had a great idea. Why don't we all try to come together, get a bunch of hobby members on, and just be spread the positivity and the love and what we're thankful for this year. Could be life related, work, relationships, hobby, whatever. Floor's yours. Whatever you got going for me tonight.
Well, let's start off with I'm thankful for everybody in the hobby, because since I started on Twitter with more of the hobby, it's been more positive than negative. I just can't get enough of the positivity that is going on. I mean, there's a lot more negativity lately because of the politics.
Oh, yeah.
But now that it's over, it's going to become more positive again. I can see it. But I'm thankful for everybody on Twitter. I'm thankful for everybody in Discord, on Facebook. I mean, there's just a lot of people out there that have done great jobs.
Yeah, you know what, man? Let me pull this out real quick. My motto on my koozies here is good people doing good things. And something Jamie talked about was when you do good things and you're kind in the community, like it comes back to you. And man, does it come back to you tenfold for all the things that I give out and I give away. I get so much more in return. It's never asked for, but it's always appreciated. Like he was talking about how they give them to his kids. Like my daughter has a Jesse Winker collection. She's the #1 Jesse Winker collector in the world. My son is 19 months old and has probably two stacks, both 8 inches tall, of Cooper Cup cards, rookie cards, RPAs, printing plates, all kinds of stuff. And I'm not sure I even bought him one of those. Like it's just amazing people who, like they're talking about just they want to share the love with the next generation. And, is there going to be 2 Cooper Cups sitting around your house collecting dust? Or can they be in my son's PC and who's going to care about it? That was what Jamie's son was talking about, is when your cards have meaning behind them. You're not getting rid of them just to get rid of them. You're getting rid of them because they're going to make someone else happy. And that's
exactly.
Like you're talking about, positivity is just, it's incredible.
And with my collection, I collect Titans, but mainly Marcus Mariota. That's my guy. And I don't really have many other cards of other teams, but if I do get cards of other teams, I'm sending them out to people.
Yeah.
Because what am I going to do with them?
We did a big Mariota rack for you a while back. I sent you a Mariota auto in that. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you in the one with Jimmy or were you in the one with Buck City?
I don't know. Maybe both. I honestly have no idea. It was a while ago. I remember I sent you
that I have on my wall display is from the Buck City rack, and I still have it. I display it on my wall.
Yeah, I sent you a blue one. That was an auto I had laying around my house, and like I said, to me, it's a Mariota card. To you, it's awesome. So it belongs in your collection, not mine.
Yeah, but I've gotten most of my Titans cards from racks.
That's awesome.
I haven't had to buy any, and I'm so thankful for that because I'm on SSI, so I'm disabled. I can't do much, but I'm thankful for everybody that has put any Titans card into my collection. Anything.
So do you watch the Titans football or just collect the Titans cards?
I watch the football. Don't get me started on Tannehill.
Oh, man. So that week 1 win when you had 4 missed field goals and winning at the end versus the Broncos probably made you pretty happy because I was ready to fight people that day.
Yeah. Gostkowski's another one. That's a nightmare.
Yeah, but he's arguably one of the greatest of all time. He's just having a bad year. I mean, how many
Vinatieri's the greatest. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, Vinatieri's the greatest. But Gostkowski's got to be top 5. Jason Elam, don't forget him. Or
well, you can't forget Morton Anderson either.
Yeah, and right now you've got
Anderson,
Justin Tucker.
Yeah, I have him on my fantasy. I'm thankful for him. But no, it's just right now I have a stack of cards I'm going to be sending out as some racks to people. But I'm more or less thankful for the people that I get to send stuff to that don't have much.
Yeah, that's important too,
and I have notes from everybody that I've ever sent stuff to, and they've sent me stuff. See, I had them all separated and put it away.
I just think that's so important. I'll say I've got like 95% of them, but every once in a while it'll get caught up in in the trash or in the bubble mail, or gets left and gets thrown away, but unintentional. But that's the main PC right there is the notes. I mean, Kelly sends these little cards to my kids with puppy dogs on them and stuff. And Che sends, cards. Garrett just last week sent, like a Hallmark card to my family. I showed the letter from K-Dub, just another collector. I got his card right back over here. I just got this complete mess of a hobby table going on right now. And after Thanksgiving, I got about a week off. I can organize, but yeah, it's the relationships, it's the people, and that's what does it for me, man. Keeps you going, keeps you coming back. You're having a bad day, you can weed out the negative on the Twitter, but like I said, you go to K-Dub or to Jamie or your line or Buck City Breaks. They're 20 minutes down the road from me. These are nice people who live in my town, and it's just you can easily turn your day around just by like I was talking about. You can say, hey man, someone's having a bad day, I need $40 for a rack. I'm in. Like that just turns your day around. If you're down,
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that sometimes. Anybody want to be in a rack? Yeah, sure. But I don't like people knowing that I'm in a rack. I really don't.
A lot of people want to remain anonymous, and I always ask, can I put your name or not? And I usually put my name, but then lately it's like, why? Because it's no longer a random act of kindness. It's putting my name next to it. But then at the end of the day, the kind deed is what needs to be done, not a random act of kindness, just showing somebody kindness, and that's it.
Exactly.
In my opinion. So,
and I'm thankful for me and my girl being together for 10 years.
Wow. Air rock.
10 years, and we have 2 kids, and this is one of them right here, Aurora.
Hey, Aurora.
That is, I'm surprised me and my girl made it this long. How many times we fight and we have a love-hate relationship, but it works out.
Hey, different strokes for different folks, as long as it works for you,
Yeah, but I'm also thankful for just life in general.
That's the one, man. Do you got to work this week, or do you got Thanksgiving? You can.
Oh, I got Thanksgiving all planned out already. I got a turkey I got to put in the oven. I got green bean casserole to make. I got candied yams with marshmallows on it. I got potato filling, rolls, you name it. I'm in the kitchen cooking.
I got a 12-hour day Thursday, 11 to 11, because I work public safety. If you guys don't know, Gold Line cards, because I'm the Gold Line. Like I'm a police dispatcher. Well, I answer 911 calls and non-emergency dispatch, police, fire, EMS. But in my town, we do it differently. Some places do. Everybody's different, but we basically are the communications department for our entire city. That's what we do. And they say the Gold Line's the one between, the red and the blue, keeping them together. And I thought the Gold Line card was perfect, as I got 2 tattoos in my body. It's something near and dear to my heart, and it lets people know what's important to me, because obviously I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about my employment and what I do. It's not even a career. It's just, that just shows that I want to help people. Like 2 weeks ago, I can't even say things that I want to say because I'll get in trouble through my employer, but it's helping people just in my blood, so.
Yeah. No, I can't work anymore. I'm disabled for numerous reasons. So, but if I could work, I would work. And I hate not being able to work, but about last year I had knee surgery in 2019. So that kind of took me down real hard. But then I got a lot of mental issues. So it's just a lot to deal with. And so I'm not able to work, but I do the best I can.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you being part of the hobby and joining the show tonight. You got anything else before we move on to Che and Garrett?
I just want to thank you. I want to thank everybody in the hobby for everything. You know who you are. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for being on, Zach. We're going
no
bring Che and Garrett go with the 3-way right here.
Oh.
What's up, fellas? See if we can get this. Let's see if we can do this a little bit better.
There we go.
There we go. See if we can get all 3 of us. Is that cool? The 3 amigos?
What's happening?
So you guys commented early on. If you're still watching this and you want to join, shoot me a DM if you got time. I mean, it's 40 minutes in already. We've had 3 people. Like, this is going a lot longer than I anticipated. But if you got time, shoot me a DM with your email and I'll invite you in. Maybe, since we got the kids out of the way and stuff, we can start going with a couple of people and conversations. But I never want to cut anybody off ever, because this is a really important topic and we got to get through this. But, Che, we do our Monday night shows. And Garrett, I was just talking about your cards, and I'm thankful for both you guys being in my life, in the hobby life, in my kids' life. Very important people. And so, just Tuesday night's the hobby rant night. So tonight's the anti-rant. It's what we're thankful for. So Che, we'll go ahead and start with you and just say, what's going on tonight? What are we thankful for? Hobby, life, just Reds, maybe trading Sonny Gray. I'm not happy about that. What do you want to talk about tonight, Che?
Man, I came on with the list of rants. I thought this was a rant night. I was ready to unload on some stuff. No, man. Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. This thing you're doing right now. I mean, just being able to see the stories here, hear those folks that have already talked, and this community. I mean, that's kind of a broken record. Everybody said the same thing, but just to have found this community. I was telling somebody the other day. Somebody tweeted, "Should I do a hobby only Twitter account? Does anybody else do that?" And I was like, man, I made mine in February, and I think I've logged into my personal one once or twice since February, because I found a place that I've got it curated to where it's full of good hobby people who are positive hobby people. The block and the mute button are my friend, and I have found my niche in this hobby, and it's been such a blessing to me. And this year, I mean, gosh, this year's been so dark. It's been so, my dad texted me at 9:23 tonight. One of his best friends passed away this afternoon. I'm quarantined for my kids right now.
Man.
So bad.
But you know what? I got messages from you all day, Chris, asking about my kids, and that just meant something to me. I mean, so the people in this hobby have been a true blessing to me, and I'm thankful for being in a position in life where now I've actually found not just Twitter hobby, but I found the hobby again. I was out of it for a long time and didn't realize how much I missed it. When I came back, it was it's been great. Just being back in the hobby, being on Twitter, meeting folks like you and Garrett, having the conversations we have. I'm telling you what, I mean, I'm just kind of repeating myself, but this community's kept me sane, especially like this week. Can't have my kids here. Nothing really on TV. I think I reached the end of Netflix back sometime over the summer. So, Netflix is done. But
You reached the end of Netflix.
yeah. So I can just
You still got the deep dark corners of YouTube to find.
yeah, I know. But no, just it provides me with a sense of connection, to the outside world. I'm thankful for being employed. I have not missed a day of work since this started. I work for a wonderful company that has allowed us to work from home when needed. I haven't missed a paycheck. I'm thankful for so many things in a year that it's easy to forget to be thankful. So I appreciate you putting this on tonight, man, because it's been uplifting for sure. So, and I'll turn it over to Garrett and let him talk a little bit. I talk too much.
And just one more thing real quick. Just like I was saying earlier, if you didn't catch, if I look like I'm not paying attention, I'm trying to email like the next people to get on to, kind of keep it rolling. So while you guys talk and say what you're doing, just trying to keep it going, baby. Just easing the tension, feeling the flow, working. So
Right. No, I agree with Che on just about everything. I didn't come into this hobby for me. Parker had his surgery, a year and a half ago, and he kind of got into this whole cards, and it was, hey, okay, I'll go get you a box, or hey, I'll get you a box, and then I started down this rabbit hole of, I'm just going to collect just the spellbound cards to spell out my homes, and I finished that off, and Panini retagged it or something like that on Twitter, and the next thing you know, that's what started us down this whole path. And he wanted his rookie Prism card, and I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go drop $400 on a rookie Prism card, which time now I'd be like, if I could find it for $400, yeah, I'd buy it for $400 because they're triple the value now. But the hobby has done Parker so much good. He's learned accountability. He's learned financials. He's learned the value of a dollar, how to work hard for something that he wants, and how to treat others with kindness. I know there were so many people that helped him out in the beginning, and now he's all about, he wants to continue to pay it forward. And it hasn't been, just in what he's done within the card industry. I posted a picture from our foster care journey here like 2 weeks ago, and it was that Parker was excited that we have the chance to possibly adopt. But then at the same time, he's really sad that could happen, because he knows that our foster might not be able to see his biological parents anymore. And that made him sad that may be something that our foster experiences. So he sees things just beyond himself. And he's learned a lot of that through the hobby. And you can't teach that sometimes. That's not something that I can teach him as much as I can as a parent, but him seeing it from a whole nother outsider perspective, that's been brought on by some of the great people in the hobby. I know that Jimmy Gunn sent him some cards. K-Dub, I think, we got a Bam Bam Cam of 101. We got Claire cards, and all those things, the letters that he's kept, all the notes that he's kept. And when I finally decided to jump back into the hobby after, 18, 19 years, and I was like, I'm going to start collecting my boy Tiger. I got a note from K-Dub in my binder, and I got, gold line koozies, I think, just about everywhere I go, where there's one at work, one at my house, one in my bag. I took one on the road this weekend just so that gold line could go to Dallas.
I love that. Like Tyler, Liddy Cards took it all the way on vacation with him. And him and his fiance took pictures like 4 times a day with using the koozies. And I absolutely love that. Like that does it for me. Like I spend a bunch of my own money giving these away to people, and people use them and send me pictures. And I love it. Kevin Fee tonight was drinking a Voodoo Ranger out of one and just sent me a picture. And that's really cool. I like that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah. And just the people, like you said, the people that you meet, there's so many people that, I wish, with everything, when eventually, hopefully we get back to where we can travel freely and we can do what we want, to go to nationals maybe and meet all these people within the hobby that I may have connected with on Twitter and that they may know Parker, but to be able to reach out and maybe finally shake their hand and just say thank you for everything. Chris, we've talked about, if I ever get the opportunity, am I coming up to Ohio to go to Canton, and if I go to Canton, I'm dang for sure stopping in and seeing Gold Line.
That's right. We're going to the Memorial Tournament too.
We'll go see Tiger.
Hey, I want in on that one, guys.
Yeah, Jay's only like 3 hours away. He's not far. Yeah. He's just across the river on the other side down there. So
right.
And like Jamie was saying, like a lot of people are going to be coming out for Manning's inauguration. I mean, Megatron's probably getting into. You got to figure both those guys are first ballot guys, right? I mean, and how close is Detroit and Indianapolis? Both maybe 3, 4, 5 hours. Indy's probably 5 hours from Canton. Detroit's closer. But to have all those people coming into town, I mean, the place is going to be sold out. Like if COVID's gone, great. If it's still around, don't pack the house. But the Hall of Fame is just truly amazing. I've probably been there 10 times, and every time you find something new. I mean, there's a part inside where you have like Jim Kelly's hand, and it's like way up here compared to yours, or Jerome Bettis's thigh, and like my whole waist can fit inside of his thigh. It's incredible. And then you see all the jerseys, not even just like the busts. When you go through that, like all of the, Super Bowl rings are in there and just different memorabilia. Like I took a picture once of Shannon Sharp's cleats and tweeted it to him, like, just hanging out with Shannon Sharp's Super Bowl cleats today. And he was like, yo, man, you polished those up for me? I'm like, absolutely. I broke in there. I got my rag out with my squirt gun. I did this for him. It was sweet.
The Chiefs just had a medical outfit that was put in there with their medical doctor that didn't play this year and stayed in Canada. They took all of his scrubs and put them in Canton.
Well, you'll have to check that out if you guys make it up here.
And it goes back with what Chase said, just and everybody else. This year has been so hard on so many people. Just with my own experiences, I lost the last part of Parker's basketball season coaching. Oh no, there's trouble.
I was going all the way in the middle of you talking for the little surprise effect with the stat. I saw what's going on there.
Yeah.
like-
What's up, boys?
Not a whole lot.
Uh,
Parker lost the last part of his basketball season, and then we lost bowling and we lost baseball. And it's a lot of the times where I had my father-son time with him was I grew up, I've coached him since, he was in T-ball. I've coached him in every aspect. There was all this lost time, and I've got that time back with the hobby. With everything being shut down, what were we to do? Well, we had the cards here, and we could still go to our local card shop. I still had that father-son bonding time that I got. With everything that was taken away, I had that filled right in. And so I couldn't ask for anything more. I said, everybody thinks that I'm the one that runs the account, but 95% of what comes from my account is from Parker.
And that's awesome to have with your kids. So
I need to jump in here real quick. Following up Garrett, I'm a dad of a 9 and 10-year-old. Chris, I know you got 2 kids. Garrett, I told you this when I sent you a little note along with that Tiger card. Man, I see there's 15 or 16 people watching right now, and I'm sure everybody knows you, but if they don't, this man wins at fatherhood. I mean, you do it right, man.
absolutely.
Absolutely. So
And
kudos to you, man.
all the
I've
credit-
never met you in real life. I've never met you in real life, but from what I've seen through our communications, you do it right. You do it
give
right.
all the credit to the wife. She's the one that runs the family.
Ain't that the truth?
That's because she's right there, huh?
You're not supposed to know that, Eloy.
Yeah, see, those of us that have been married for a long time, we know she's right there.
My wife said she's watching. I bet she's in the other room sleeping on the couch because she's been up since like 4 o'clock in the morning. Because Cooper decides to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning now and start crying, and so that's fun.
Becky ain't watching, man. She sees you enough.
Yeah, she sleeps, but she wants to see you tonight. She told me she was excited to see you, so
All right,
she's like, I need to see that handsome mustache on him. So
right. Yeah.
all right, Jay, Garrett, you guys got anything else? Before we move on and get Eloy and Tyler on here?
Go for
Oh,
it.
man. Thanks for
They can
having me
stay in
on.
here. You can have up to 6, right?
We can have up to 6. That's right. You told me that. Wow, I'd sent Tyler an email. Anybody else watching, if you want to jump in, the link was above. I could copy and paste it again or shoot me a DM and we'll get you guys in here. We had Mr. K Dub in here early. Jamie was in here early. Zach was in here. Here comes Tyler. Oh, look at us now.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Tyler's here. So Tyler, it's Eloy's turn now. So we're gonna have to wait to talk about those mosaics you hooked me up with.
Go
So
for it.
Oh man, people hear me talk enough, man. Let the people.
Sounds good.
I'm just here to hang out.
no, I see what he's drinking out of. He's one upping everybody. All right, Tyler. So you know what we're here for, man. You watch the shows every Tuesday with the hobby rants, and we're anti-ranting tonight. We're saying what we're thankful for. Could be hobby related. Could be Georgia Bulldogs. Is that a Georgia flag? Get that out of your room, man. You're a Notre Dame guy. What are you doing?
Oh
with
yeah, I
them?
figured you were going to ask about that one.
So tell me what you're thankful for, besides our Irish,
My godfather went to
National
Georgia, so he tried to
championship
push
game,
that on me my whole life. So I've got random Georgia things.
So we're talking hobby love, life love.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
as a
What do you
whole,
think?
I mean, in life right now, I'm thankful for family, friends, and everyone being healthy. I had the honor tonight of asking my you able to hear me?
Yeah, it was. You had the honor of asking, and then we didn't know if it was
Is it coming
asking your
through all right
doctor
to
for
you
a
guys?
colonoscopy or what, brother. Like,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's all good. Oh no, it's too funny. But no, I had the honor tonight of asking my best friend to be my best man in my wedding, so that was a lot of fun. But as for the hobby, I mean, I'm thankful for everyone who's in here, everyone who's watching this. I know if you're watching the show, you're good people. I mean, I got back into the hobby honestly I was trying to, I had tons of cards in the storage room. I was like, oh, I need to kind of get rid of some of these. And then I met all these great people, and I, got hooked right back into collecting, and I'm loving every minute of it. So I'm very thankful for all the experiences and, interactions I've had with everybody.
What's that like asking your best friend to be your best man? Because I know what it was like when I did it, but that was like 45 years ago. So what's it like in today's popular youth culture? You're just like, hey, bro, you want to be my best man, bro? Because I'm like, I got this wedding coming up, man. No, I'm just kidding around. I got him like a card and stuff, and got down on one knee and like proposed to him with the beer. So would you do me the honors of being the best man? But since the third grade, he knew he was going to be the best man, and I would be at his wedding. It was kind of one of those. So yeah, you mind sharing your story? You mind sharing your story with us, Tyler? How you asked? Or?
Yeah, of course the fiance wants to do all the new trendy, buy all the gifts for him and ask him that way. She did all this stuff. Yeah, so for me, I got little koozies, and it says like, will you be my best man? Will you be my groomsman? And then on the backside it says chug to accept.
That's cool.
So what kind of beers were they? I mean, that's the question of the night. Tyler's on a little delay tonight, or what's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
Well, so far I've only asked my best man, and his was a Smirnoff Ice. I kind of did him a little dirty, but
yeah, you did.
I don't know, man. It's cutting out a lot.
You want to talk about hobby related, life related, Irish related, or you kind of good for the night, or what's going on, bro? Tyler's on a delay. This is hilarious. You're on like a 10-second delay from us, I think.
Well, I'm very thankful for everyone here. Thankful that the Irish are undefeated. Doesn't get any better than that. It's going crazy. I'll just shut up now.
This is the best part of my night, man. Eloy, are you on live?
Of course.
Of course. What are you thankful for, man? You thankful for Matthew Stafford getting shut out for the first time in his life, or that you had to wear a Viking shirt in your stash picture today? Because everybody was like, "What's going on with the Viking shirt, man?" So.
No, the real ones, no.
Oh, okay. I see. But in the pictures, it does look like because it's just right. Because mine's a Laces Out Dan shirt. Got to represent the homage each week, so they'll sponsor me. I'm just kidding.
Right.
So, we're thankful for you, because without the Friday night auctions, I mean, what am I going to do Friday nights? Because I'm in there as much as I can. I start working Friday nights again. And unfortunately, next year I will be too. But first shift a couple of days. But that's my Friday nights. Like, you put me to sleep every single work week.
That's not a good thing. I don't. Right.
And then like Sunday morning, you're like, hey man, you owe me $45. I'm like, what did I buy? Like, it's like Christmas each Wednesday or whatever. Because like Garrett, you and Zach Finn are like the greatest shippers of all time. So I get these packages and like, I have no idea what's in here. It takes me 45 minutes to open them. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. All right.
No, I don't know. Like maybe we'll just start doing little auctions every night during winter break. How about that? No. See, right now I only have. That's the only thing that's for you is this Jesse Winker USA and the Jesse Winker Topps Chrome, which you probably have 15 of them. So, well, it's not for you actually; it's for Eclair. But
that's right.
Yeah, it's fun, man. When we started doing this a few years ago, I've been collecting since 1985, right? So 35 years. It's been fun. It's been having its ins and outs, but the last few years, you know, being around everybody is awesome. I mean, growing up, we had a pretty good group of people that collected. But now locally, we've found quite a few people. Luckily, you know, so we got to hang out. But the nationals, you know, getting to meet people and putting that face to the name. You know, they were talking behind the scenes, sharing beers, sharing meals with people for a week. You know, got to build that bond even stronger with some of the people, and you know, just hanging out in the community. It's been fun. Yeah, I know Gary was talking about, you know, doing with Parker and stuff, and you know, that's the hope and stuff with a lot of us that are dads, and Brayson and I doing those box battles.
Those are awesome. That's my goal right there with Claire. So,
you know, it's not awesome for me getting my ass kicked all the time, but you know, it's whatever. Like, I still, you know, I have our running total here, and Brayson's getting that. He's starting to get that little swagger to him where, you know, it's like, oh, of course, he'll say little side comments during the stream, you know, and it's like, oh, of course I'm gonna win, you know, like, and this and that. I'm like, you're 9 years old, calm down. Where do you get that bravado from? Where do you get that confidence from? But I don't know. It's fun though.
I mean, it's just, you know, I see the people in your streams, and it's everybody saying hey to one another, everyone saying what's up, or, you know, people buy each other cards. Like Rich one day, I bought a lot for Rich, and you know what Rich did? Rich sent that lot to Jamie. I saw that exact lot. So it was just a rack to a rack to a rack, and it was like, you know, some Broncos cards. Like, I really just wanted the Chad Kelly auto. And it came with like 8 other cards. I remember telling you, oh, dang, I forgot to have you send that to Rich. So I sent it to him. And he's like, well, I wanted these to send to Jamie. So then Jamie ends up with the cards. Yeah. And it's just like the community that you built around that. I mean, you have a whole community around you that comes together. And, you know, Jimmy's got them on Saturdays, and other people have them other nights, but those are the two that I associate with the most. But
yeah,
like,
for sure.
Really bring a community of people together Friday nights to hang. And I'm thankful for that, because without that, I wouldn't even know some of these people, and it's awesome. So thank you for doing that.
Well, I think that's part of the reasons that Bobby and I keep talking about Bobby like he's on here all the time, but he's not. Mad and Crazy Titans fan. That's one of the things that Bobby and I kind of discussed when we first started these auctions. I guess almost 3 years ago now. You know, just looking around the Twitter community, Bobby and I were the first two that we've seen that did these auctions. And then it was just kind of like, for fun, we're kind of bored, you know, let's do something. And with the surplus of
no, you can get something absolutely insane for that.
Jamie, you guys are on now too.
Okay, so I have to. After we got off, Will asked me if we could trade some cards. Okay, so we start digging through his shoebox, and I don't know if my camera on here is going to pick this up.
Absolutely, Patrick Mahomes.
Do you see the number?
Is it a 1 of 1?
Yeah.
You have a Mahomes 1 of 1.
No, I don't.
Just chilling.
He does.
Look at that.
He does.
Are those those are the real Bronco fans, right? Jimmy's in here now. It's been a while, Jimmy, but Jimmy's a hidden closet Chiefs fan too, right? Especially after that game. But you know, so we got Bronco fans or Chiefs fans. Raiders are popping in. Those are Chiefs fans now.
Yeah, sorry. That happened right after we got off, because he wanted to look at cards, and so we're thumbing through. I was like, "Oh, you got some cool Mahomes cards." I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." And we flipped it over, and the stamp on there. So anyway, I just
That's nuts.
I wanted to pop back in. He was speechless, like just kind of sitting there, almost laugh crying, like, oh my gosh, is this a card that's in my collection? So I think you can still see it on his face. He's
Hey, put that picture on Twitter there, Jamie. Put that on Twitter.
we got him. His expression on Twitter is pretty epic. Hey, it's Tim Hall.
I'm just
I know that guy.
on live now.
I love it. That's all we want. I just kind of blew my mind of sometimes you got to go dig through those boxes. It wasn't one of my boxes, but it was the little man's, and
That's awesome.
nothing like a Mahomey 101.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
no doubt.
We're gonna bounce, but this has been awesome. We're still watching.
All right, thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Have a good night.
All right, so who's got some time and who's in a rush right now? Because I know Eloy was in the middle of talking, and then I brought.
Oh, I'm good, bro. I talk too much anyways. I saw Jimmy in here. Bring Jimmy in here.
Jimmy. Where? I don't see Jimmy. Where's he at?
He was up there earlier. He had a couple of laughy faces or something.
There he is. See if he wants to come in. So what's up, guys? You have somebody like, Tuesday night we get in on our rant night, but tonight's what we're thankful for, hobby related, life related, whatever. The floor is yours. What's going on tonight? What are you thankful for? Vogs, you're up.
I'm thankful for friends and family, and you guys are like family to me also. Like, I got my immediate family, but I got you, Chris. I've got Eloy. I got Tim. Like, I jump in Eloy's and Tim's and whoever, and whenever I come in, they just treat me like I'm one of their own. And it's great. Like, I'm 26, and like, I know I'm like not the youngest, but I feel like I'm like part of their family.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I've said many times, I don't know how much you watch what I do, but I'm here for the engagement and the interactions. And like we said earlier, the cards are secondary for me, like the friendships and the relationships and just being part of the community of people is really what I'm here for. Like, I'm 38, so I've been around the block a couple times, started as a collector as a young boy and kind of into a little bit in college and really got into it again about 4 or 5 years ago, but this is like the height of my hobbiness. If you
Chris, I 100% agree. Like, I just went to Arizona a few days ago for family vacation. I met a fellow collector out there, and my goal is to eventually meet a lot of YouTubers. Like, I've been in Eloy streams for almost 2 years, and I know nothing bad to say. I just want to thank him for all that he's done for me and help my collection grow. And I bet numerous people can say that as well. But thank you, Eloy, and thank you everyone who's.
It's not about me, brother. It's about the community.
I know, but you've helped me grow a lot too.
And you know what? You've helped Eloy grow his pocketbook a lot too. So that $45 I send him every Sunday morning or whatever it is, goes directly to.
Hey, I like the fact, Chris. I like the fact that you said that I didn't even know what I got, but then he'll just hit me up with the total the next day, and I'm like, okay, cool. So now I got to bank that, right, and start thinking about that. Jimmy, if you're in here, be thinking about that, man. Chris doesn't know what he gets. So you could be sending him a total like, today it was weird, man. You got $140 worth of stuff. Chris will be like, oh, okay, cool. So
you know what? I don't have a coin.
Eloy, isn't there a guy who's collected a box worth of stuff in your, like, you have so many boxes for people?
Yeah, I mean, I've sent them out. I sent a big box out to Palm Beach today. I sent a big box out to Big Cat and Mama just the other day. So yeah, people will stack. I mean, but it's like that with everybody. Deafness, Jimmy, RSR, whoever does them. I mean, what's the point? What's the point in sending like J-Mart? He got one card. What's the point in paying the shipping on one card? Just stack for a few weeks, get some more. That way you don't gotta. I mean, ship it all at once.
And you know what's hard is like stack sales. You know, I did this clear the table August thing. I had like 3
Yeah.
stack sales a week. I don't think I slept the entire time.
Tim, mute the mic.
How do you I like get the shipping the next day? I mean, Eloy, your stuff's on my front porch like every Wednesday from Friday. Like, how is that even possible? You have so much stuff, like your organization skills. Like, I need to come take a Eloy 101, 101 class on how to do this because my table is a mess.
Maybe for shipping people's stuff out, but not for my own collection. That's real. Like it's, but all that stuff gets put on the back burner because I try to get everybody's stuff out either that Monday or Tuesday. I would get it out on Saturday. Like we have Friday night sales. I would get it out on Saturday, but my post office is not open on Saturdays.
Really?
Yeah. So everything goes out Monday, Tuesday at the latest.
I am obsessed, and I bet these guys can agree. Tim and Eloy.
Tim's not going to agree anything about me.
Tim, you there?
I love
breaking up.
sending care packages to anybody.
My connection is like horrible. I don't know what's going on, man. It's like,
Hey, this is what happens when I play Tim on Madden too. Don't worry about it.
So we are over an hour into this,
I'll take
and
that
this is
tonight.
just gone awesome. So let's keep going, Eagle Boy. We're here. Tim, telling people what we're thankful for the hobby, our hobby friends, our cards we like. Maybe you're thankful for Jalen Hurts because Carson Wentz is always hurt. I don't know. I'm kind of thankful for Drew Lock because his cards are going down. I'm gonna buy him. He's gonna be a baller next year. But you know, we're usually I do the Tuesday night hobby rant. But tonight we're talking about mustaches and things that we're blessed with in our lives because Thanksgiving's coming up and it's a thankful for show. So
we raised some money.
Yeah, let me post that.
mine, I had such a warm welcome the last time I was here, man. I figured I'd jump back in. I mean, it was a nice welcome. I mean, first time I actually really had a chance to view you. I think it was last week or week before last. So I was like, man, I'm gonna come in here and show some love. Everybody see my name, but they really don't know who I am, to be honest.
Yeah, because you know a lot of people
Honestly,
have
I'm thankful for everybody in the community, man.
a lot of people have the moniker, but you don't see the face behind it. You know, because Eloy's got the awesome goat that kind of gives my daughter nightmares, and I got the gold line card, little emblem my buddy Nick made, but. You know, not everybody sees the face. It's good to have a face with a name. So next time we're chatting, you know, I know who I'm talking to.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, to be honest, I see everybody's name, but I just never know like who's who, man. There's like so many people in this hobby. It's like so big, and you see these names everywhere, and it's like when you finally see them, like oh wow, that's what you look like. What's going on? How you doing? So.
Look at Gary.
Hopefully, I'm coming through clear for you guys. And this sounds real bad on my end, so hopefully I'm clear and not crackly.
No, you're crackling. You know, remember the Rice Krispies, the snap, crackle, pop? You're the crackle guy. Hey, look, there's my brother Kyle right there.
Hey, Kyle was the first one on tonight, so if his kids are on the bed, he wants to jump back on.
Nice. No, Garrett's like quickly becoming a go to trash talk. No, I just like to have fun. You know, if I can make people laugh and stuff, but somewhat keeping it clean because if Brayson's here watching or whatever, you know, then we try to do that.
Yeah, like the whole reason I keep watching you, Eloy, is you got me keep us in stitches. Like it's hard to be on for 8 straight hours, but it is just pure comedy gold. And to keep it clean, you know, when I do my Tuesday night shows, I try to be funny or this, that, you know, some people say they come and watch the show. Oh, is that who you really are? Like, no, come watch my Sunday show with my daughter. That's who I am as a person. Watch this show right now. This is who I am as a person. On Tuesday night hobby rant, I'm like 10 people message me stuff that are annoying them in the hobby. I get on here and I complain about it, and I try to be funny. I drop an F-bomb every once in a while, but my kids aren't ever watching this, so you know, it's okay for me. But yeah, like when I'm sitting here with my daughter and we're doing our cards and coffee show, you know, we played with Barbies for a good 10 minutes last week. So it's just this hobby has given me, and you know, I haven't got to what I'm thankful for yet. And so I'm gonna get to that right now. It's giving me more time with my daughter. Like it all started with Project 2020 and watching Blake Jameson his streams. Claire loves to paint. So then we started painting. We started painting cards. And Blake was awesome, started DMing with us, and we traded some of his art for some Claire cards. And he has Claire cards up in his studio in one touches. And Claire made a bedazzled Ben Baller Trout 1-of-1, and he won it at an auction for the American Heart Association. And you closed that out to give us $1,000 to the American Heart Association. That's incredible. Like Claire literally by herself raised $1,000 for the American Heart Association. For those who don't know, my wife lost her mom to a massive stroke and heart complications while she was pregnant with Claire. And so the American Heart Association is like our go-to every year for, you know, donations and stuff. Like the Stash is the first time I've been in it. Some of the other stuff I do just because I do, but the American Heart Association is number one for us. So then she starts doing the Claire cards, and that gave me, you know, extra time with my daughter. Now Cooper's starting to be able to do that. He's 19 months old, and we're painting cards with him last week. I mean, he was paint all over the wall on his hair. We got to give him a bath afterwards. But now I do a Sunday morning show that she looks forward to every week, and we whipped this week. She was so fired up. We had WNBA cards this week.
Oh, Sabrina.
There's some Alana Smith right here, but yeah, I mean, how exciting is that to have a little girl so fired up to open girls basketball cards?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Just someone nice on Twitter is like, hey, if anyone has, you know, WNBA prisms, really want to open with my daughter, there you go.
Sabrina.
And someone was just like, yeah, I got you. I'm at Walmart literally right now. I have them. Someone I've never even met before. His name's Wes. And he just bought them, sent them to us, and we open them. And to have that she looks forward to every Sunday doing the show with us and then ripping packs of cards. For some reason, she doesn't even like hockey, but every time we go to the LCS, I got to buy her an $8 hockey pack. I have no idea what's in there. I had no idea about hockey, but you know, she has this huge Jesse Winker collection. She's almost got the rainbow. And just last week, Bearded Baptist and his wife and daughter sent her the orange out of 25, and that's like the one I could not find. And he even DMs me, hey man, you see the orange was on eBay last week? I'm like, nah, dude, I missed it. And he's secretly like, good, because I bought it for you, which I had no idea. It just shows up in the mail one day. Just, you know, it's giving me extra time. Even my wife, like Becky, loves opening cards. We'll get a blaster or a hobby box. Okay, you get 7 packs, I get 7 packs, and whoever has the best card, you know, gets the last 2 packs or something, you know, similar to the box breaks and stuff. And she loves it. Or she'll sit there and, you know, she'll open a Boba Fett, like, oh, look who I got. And, you know, my wife gets excited about it. Like, she loves it. So it's like a whole family thing. And hopefully my son enjoys it. But Dizzy Dub, I think it was Wes Wilkerson. I'll look up his Twitter handle here in a second, but Wes Bailey's not ringing a bell. But the hobby has just brought my family together. Even my dad, you know, he joined the Mustache Crew.
Right.
And he didn't want to collect cards or anything. And then he's like, I like 1960s Pirates because, well, he lived in Pittsburgh. He went to all the games. So I got him a bunch of, PSA 4s and 5s for his birthday, and he thought it was the greatest thing ever. That's why I bought these stands from you for him, for his house.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's going to display cards now. And so I got my dad wanting to open in boxes. And it's bringing my dad and I together, my kids and I together, my wife and I together. And it's just like Garrett said with his son, it's brought them together. Like Kyle said, it's brought him and Cam together, and you and your son doing it. And it's just seeing other parents with their kids. It's just giving us another, you know, avenue to connect. And that's priceless, man.
Yeah, you can go down the line, right? Of all the people that are in the community and their kids, and they're doing it for the right reasons, right? Like they're doing it to try to get closer to their kids. I mean, besides all these people you're talking about now, you've got Bobby and his 15 kids. You've got you got Dustin Abraham and Blake, right? I mean, shoot, you even got Jetman 80 who's trying to get Maddie in there, and Madison trying to get her to get like cards. So I got her into that free break or whatever, and he's like, okay, time to open some cards, and she's like, why am I doing this? Like, I ain't trying to do that. Jimmy and Aspen, right? And then little Jimmy eventually, before Nationals a summer ago, right? I stayed the night. It was me and Andy Morris. We stayed over at his house. K-Dub was there that weekend too. His wife Gina was a great host. They cooked some food. We stayed the night. We hung out. We played some Madden on the PS, right? Like, good family. And Maza and his girls. I mean, just everybody in here, is trying to build that bond or relationship, right? Javi and Jaden, Nico and Parker. I mean, this goes on and on, right? You're trying to build some kind of connection with your kids, and get them to love something that you either loved as a kid and trying to get back into it, or that you loved the whole time. And it's just cool. People trying to make those bonds and connections with their kids, because there's so many, and I see it, Javi sees it, K-Dub sees it, Justin sees it, being teachers, that, there's a lot of kids out there that don't have parental support, that don't have that structure. I didn't have that structure growing up. I didn't have that father figure. Now my dad and I, we're friends, we're cool, we're tight, but we lived in Southern California. We lived in inner city LA. We lived, 5 minutes away from Watts, Compton, all that. So I didn't have that father figure, and that was tough down there. So now my thinking is, okay, now that I have Brayson, right, I want to make sure that he has that father figure in his life that I didn't necessarily have growing up. So, people are doing it. People are doing it for the right reasons. Because there's a lot of parents out there that don't even want anything to do with their kids. And this is it's been great to see, like I said, over the last few years, man. Like, what, 3 or 4 years almost.
Yeah.
I'm done preaching. Sorry. I get on the tirade sometimes.
Hey, that's all I do is I just start talking and I don't stop. And then it's like, what is it? Happy Gilmore. So I was like, oh, I just blacked out there for a minute. What happened? And so anyways, it's just like the building the relationships. Just Another Collector. He is a phenomenal artist. And I've just started chatting with him here recently, about more and more about life, not just cards, got to know him about him and his girlfriend and his life and things. And he starts drawing this picture of Claire and I, and the whole lion cards, princess lion cards joke that we had running for like a month or something. So he draws this picture of us sitting here like on our Sunday, and he remembers things that, like, I got this rose on my, let's see if we can see, on my, this rose right there. That's from my grandma's funeral in 2016. That's still sitting there. And he remembered that. And when he's drawing this picture, he puts that rose in there. And Claire's got this little crown on. I'm like this lion. And it was just so meaningful to me. It's just like the relationship you build. And, being friends with you or talking to Che about, his COVID situation, or, talking to Cody about, shipping cards or something like that, or Garrett about literally everything in the entire world. Cause Becky tells me he's my new best friend now. Cause, that's just how the internet works. People you've never met are literally in your inner circles. My buddy Abdul was on here earlier. I've never met him before. We've tried to a couple times, but he lives in Philadelphia, and he's a dude I talk to every single day of my life. And you talked about, not having a father figure. Like, I had the greatest dad who could, anyone could ever want. And if I could be like half the dad mine was, I'd be successful. So I had, parents who showed me the way to be parents. And I feel like that's a huge part of how I am as a human being, how I am as a dad myself.
Yeah.
And it comes straight from my mom and my dad and my grandma and my grandpa and my grandparents. And, you know, just having the loving support of your wife or your kids too. You know, your kids, my old football coach used to say, just because I love you doesn't mean I have to like you. You know, like I love them. I like them too. And it's just incredible because, like I said so many times, I'm here for the relationships, the engagements, and, you know, the bonding and the interactions, the engagement. I like that word engagement because you engage with other people.
Yeah.
You know, it's not hard to see someone's card and be like, hey, bro, that's a sweet card. You know, if I post this Sabrina, I had a green Deladon that I posted in my Twitter fleet. I had a green Deladon, and like 7 people just commented, hey man, that's a great picture. Like that's just cool. Like it took you what, 10 seconds to make a comment and to make someone's day a little bit better. Or you know,
Elena's my girl, man. Elena's my girl. Come on now.
Oh, that's Claire's card, so it's not.
No, I'm good. But look,
you know,
there's an Elena 8x10 auto. There's an Elena 8x10 auto. There's an Elena 8x10 auto.
You know, the very first card she ever pulled in her entire life out of a pack was a Zion Prism. Ever. And then that's how she started liking Jesse Winker. It was like her first baseball pack. Her first Reds guy was the base Winker. Where's her book? Where did I put it? Yeah. It was because, you know, she's got 1,000. Her first card she ever picked was this one. Right here. So she's got probably 70 of these. And even one day, JB, Old Town Cards, sent her like 12 of them with the little notes that have a tea party. You know what she did? She went upstairs to her room. She set all those Jesse Winkers up on little card stands, and she had a tea party with 12 Jesse Winkers. It's that kind of stuff it's just cool. Like that keeps you going on some days, you know. It's just like we were talking about. I'm not sure if you were here when Kyle was on. It's just, if you're having a bad day, you can go to Kyle's Twitter and just read through some comments, and it just makes your day better because he is the most positive human being I've ever met. And I've had conversations with him of, you know, being in faith, growing up a Catholic, leaving the church, just recently coming back to the church, and he's extremely faith-based. And if I have questions, I've reached out to you before to ask too. But Kyle's been there with this, that, and the other. And, you know, I'm not sure where I stand right now. And, you know, that's okay. And he's not pushing anything. And it's just 2 guys talking about stuff. So,
yeah. You know, like I said, being a teacher and stuff, all this craziness has gone on, remote learning. It wears big time on teachers, and, you know, the whole hybrid thing. Justin knows too, but myself, Javi, and Kyle, K-Dub, we have a text message thread, and those guys helped me get through the summer. They helped me get through the spring, and hopefully we helped each other get through it, because, man, we're all pretty much the same boat, middle school teachers, you know, and so we chat like every single day. I have a lot of chat groups that we talk every single day, but definitely those guys is more on a professional level, bouncing ideas off of each other and thoughts and stuff. And, you know, those guys have really, really, really helped me out a lot in my professional career. And they're not even near me necessarily. Kyle's a couple hours away, but yeah.
That's awesome. It's crazy that there's so many teachers on here. Like Jamie said earlier, that are so supportive of one another. Because, I mean, what you guys do, you're shaping the next generation of human beings. Like, you're shaping the minds and teaching the next generation of, you know, the world leaders, basically.
Well, Javi's teaching them how to TikTok. That's what Javi's doing.
Let's cut that out. But actually, it's pretty funny though. But one thing that I just remembered, I had this note in my pocket of something I had to say I'm thankful for tonight before I forget this. February 10th, 2018, my police department had 2 officers murdered in the line of duty. It was one of the absolute hardest days of my entire life. I have a blue line flag with their names tattooed on my back. And one of the officers has elderly parents. And they're, you know, with the COVID and stuff, they can't communicate very well with people. They can't get out of the house. They can't do other stuff. So they have an iPad, and their iPad broke. So we found out that their iPad broke. So me and one of the detectives in my department just sent an email saying, hey, 509's parents need a new iPad. We're going to start up a collection. This was Thursday. Today we had $709 in that account. They're getting an iPad, a wireless keyboard, a stylus, and a gift card to Kroger. And we're going till Friday. We're going to reach $1,000 easily to help people. And I just needed to mention that because, you know, I take the lead on a lot of things giving back to people, and it's quite overwhelming to take out, like, here's $200, go buy something for somebody that likes something. Or, you know, with Jamie, his grandpa died, and, you know, here's like $40 to go buy him a card. Like, I don't know what he likes, but like, they're literally people whose son gave the ultimate sacrifice that on the worst day of my life is the worst day of their life. They lost their son. And all we have to do is raise some money to buy him an iPad, and it was taken care of it within a number of hours. And it just shows how good people are and humanity is. If you surround yourself by the right people, you know, that's a personal one for me in my personal life that I just had to say, because this just went down like within the last couple of days. Is, you know, that's how they communicate with the outside world because of COVID. They can't get out. I mean,
Yeah.
His dad had a stroke and he's very susceptible. So now they can FaceTime again with family. They can talk to other people. And it's all due to one person finding out, talking to another person, 2 emails being sent, an envelope left on a desk, and that envelope just getting filled up by good people. So we got 2 in the queue. We're going to bring in Trevor and just another collector to the crew. See what's going on for the night, fellas.
How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Trevor's actually my dude who lives in my town. And I didn't even know this until he bought cards from me. And he's like, address, you know, same town. I'm like, whoa, what? He was like 10 minutes away. He's like, oh, dude, I'll just pick up these cards from your house. He comes over one day. We start chatting.
That's
like, I got
funny.
cards. He's going to drop by tomorrow and pick them up.
That's awesome.
Cool to see just randomly,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
mid-Ohio card right there. And just another collector. He's the guy I was telling you about that that just drew the picture of Claire because it was amazing. The King Lion cards. He's probably got it sitting right there. There it is. Look at that beauty. So Trevor, you know what we're doing here tonight? You're in my DMs. We're anti-ranting. We're telling people what we're thankful for. Why don't you start us off and go ahead and let us know?
Really just enjoying everything. I didn't realize Twitter had such a big following for cards and everything like that. I usually just stuck to eBay and really just myself and with like a few friends, like we'd gotten back into things, and I'd heard about Twitter and then started kind of following people and found everything. And it's been very peaceful since then.
Yeah, I think Chase said like getting your personal Twitter and your cards Twitter separate was a big deal for me. You know, I'm King Scally on the personal and Gold Line cards on here. But yeah, I started off as King Scally with the cards, and that was when Kyle was my first, you know, ever cards friend. I'm like, I got to get away from this. You know, I need one to go for this and one to go for this. And once I separated those, it's 95% on Gold Line, and like I'll check this one on Broncos game days because I know you're a huge Broncos guy too because you buy all my Broncos cards. But yeah, and like text messaging different people. Not Nolan Ryan, he's a huge Broncos fan. All day Sundays, DMing each other, and you just talk to other people about life and stuff and the relationships you build with them, and it's incredible.
Oh, it's awesome. And not even that, like I don't watch like all the Broncos games because like I don't always get them all in. So I'm like, what's happening? Like what's going on? So like I always follow like your Twitter if you post something about it, or I usually see it trending on like the card Twitter account. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like it's a lot better than like my personal one, and like trying to figure out which is which.
Yeah. Just another collector. I don't know if you want me to use your name or, you know,
yeah, you're good.
Why are you here tonight? What do you want to be thankful for? And thank you for joining us and coming on tonight. I mean, we're an hour and a half into this. We still have 16 people watch us talk about stuff. So this is great. Like this group of us coming together tonight. I mean, it's 12:44 here on the East Coast. I know, Trevor, you live down the street. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and you're on my YouTube show. Like,
man, it's only 9:45. Calm down.
Yeah.
You're on the West Coast too, right?
Yep. I was gonna say, yeah, it's only 9:44 here where I'm at, so we should be good. Another West Coast guy.
Yes, sir. Yep, PNW.
But yeah, I'm pretty much grateful for everybody here right now. Me personally, I've been in and out of collecting for a little while, and like we had in our conversation the other day, I got out of collecting because a lot of it seemed to be more centric around people who didn't want to provide services for everybody. They just wanted to provide it for specific people. And in the community that has kind of gathered here, it's more along the lines of everybody helps everybody, and we all kind of help each other out in the times of need. And that's what I like about it. It's not me centric, it's us centric. And if you're not thankful for that, I don't know why you're here, you know.
Absolutely, man. I honestly can't even tell you how you and I hooked up and started following one another, but we DM almost every day. You're telling me about your date night over the weekend, you know, asking about the kids and supporting us, watching.
What should I wear?
and slowly becoming, you know, a good friend that I talk to every day. And it's just like how do these relationships form? How do these, you know, it starts with engagement on Twitter and being positive and being a good influence, you know, to other people and just trying to make things better for one another. And that leads to, oh, hey, that's a cool card. Or, hey, you know, can I buy that from you for like $10? You know what? That's an $8 card. Like one time Eloy on his show, he's like, oh, he pulled 2 Mosaic Elways. He's like, what do you want them for? I'm like, $15? I don't know. What's it worth? It's like, nah, dude, it's like 8. Here you go. You know, like he's not going to rip me off for $15, even though I was willing to pay it because I didn't know what it was worth. He's like, I'll take 8, whatever. And like you said, it's the us and not the me. And you have to, if you surround yourself with the right people, that's exactly what it is. And I feel like I'm blessed to have surrounded myself with the right people. Sounds like all of you have too.
Yeah, the red thong that he told me to wear, Eloy, it was just all kinds of bad, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he said I'm not even sure how he hooked up, and I'm like, well, probably over a couple of drinks, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, it might take quite a bit. I don't know.
He is pretty handsome. Maybe 2 or 3 beers. I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
You're like Chris is like on the Titanic, right, laying on the couch, and you're drawing a picture of him. I know you're a drawer, right?
He does the whole.
If you're too young, go watch the Titanic. You know what I'm talking about.
Paint me like a French girl.
Oh, you know, speaking of young, dude, there are people who are 15 years old who are DMing me wanting to come on here, and I'm like, man, you got to ask your parents' permission. So if you could say yes, then come on. Or Che, there's another kid who's 17 who wants to come on our show. And I was like, I need like a written note from mom and dad or something like that before I'm going to allow this to happen. Or, you know, I'm in my, who was on here earlier said he was 26. Vogs was, you know, I'm 38. So Kelly's cards, you've got to be a couple years older than me. You know, they got my dad who's 75 getting back into collecting. So there's no, you know, age limits on this. My daughter's 4. We got a 4-year-old collector. You know, Cooper, my son's 19 months and he's got a dope Cooper Cup collection. So this is like, you know, a hobby that shows no discrimination. There's nobody on the outside. You know, you're white, black, purple, green, anything. You're tall, short. You live in your mom's basement. You wear, you know, socks with sandals to the store. You got a ponytail. Or you're just whatever. There's no hate. I mean, there's a lot of hate. You just got to surround yourself with the right people. And there's a lot of love because it's like all encompassing. Nobody cares. like they care about you as a person. They don't care if you have a beard. You better care if I have a mustache and donate to Movember. That's all I'm saying. Eloy's got it, like Kelly's 52 and he's collecting. So it shows no boundaries, and it encompasses everybody. There's literally, if you haven't seen Dub Mentality's video on it, there's a collector for everyone. You might like vintage cards. You might like Pokemon. You might like basketball. You might like football.
Yeah.
You might not like cards at all. You might like, stickers or whatever.
That was good. I watched that. Yeah.
It's a great video because there literally is in the hobby something for everyone. And people saying I can't find retail, I can't do this. The last 2 weeks, our Target and our Walmart, I live 2 minutes from Walmart, had Bowman Platinum, Topps Update, Draft Picks Prism. Online, you can get Update, you can get Prism, you can get Chrome. It's just going out there and finding it. I mean, maybe you're probably not going to find NFL Prism next week. I've seen some people get lucky. But if you want to collect, there's something for everyone. Eloy's got the face. You already got it over there, Eloy?
No, man. I only got allocated 3 hobby boxes. Come on.
Only.
It's a Pokemon.
I got
offer, too.
allocated 0, so.
Well, yeah. But
you've had a distributor for a really long time, I imagine.
Just over a year. But I put in for 10 cases. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think, say, I'll just use
hey, I catch flack for that on Twitter, right? Passive aggressive style and into my DMs directly. So I catch flack for that. So I'm not speaking on that right now.
Okay. But I just want one question you can choose to answer or not. If you think like people like Buck City Breaks who are spending maybe $200,000 a month at a distributor, or you who's maybe spending, I have no idea what you spend. We'll say $20,000 a month. They're getting more boxes than you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I want to know. Because I know how it works. Capitalism, supply and demand. Yeah. It's not hard to figure it out. The guy who's got like 10 grand a month to spend, I'm getting allocated nothing, but the guys with, 500 grand to spend, they're getting all the boxes. Then, hey, we can double our money and just do it again next month. So,
but there's some, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
No, you don't have to get into it. Just a simple yes was all I needed.
No, I love Chris and Adam. That's not one of the breakers that I talk about. Like Buck City Breaks is awesome.
They're great.
Yeah. That's definitely not one of the dudes that I communicate about when I'm on there. Yeah.
No. Yeah, they live in my town. They'll come find me if I speak ill of them. So
no, good dudes, man. Hey man, that's their offices, how they've grown over the years.
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of people have known them for a couple of years now, but they've been doing this for a while. And how they've grown has just been awesome to see their offices and stuff like legitimately turn into a business instead of just out of like my office here, like legitimately turn into an actual business office. It's been sick, been really cool.
Yeah. When they're operating out of the basement, they live in my brother's neighborhood, like 4 houses down.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So every time I go visit and be like, oh, hey, you guys, around. And of course, never around because they're always busy now with kids and stuff and life. But
yeah.
I go visit my brother very often. But yeah, they live in the same neighborhood as my brother does. So
nice.
We're all from the Columbus area.
Yeah.
But is there anyone else who wants to jump in? I posted the link a couple times. I mean, it's getting to 1 o'clock in the morning, an hour and 43 minutes in. So we'll post that again. Check my DMs, see if anyone else wants to jump in. But this has been like the greatest night for me. I mean, we've had like 12 people jump in here saying awesome things about each other and how awesome everybody else is. And, things that they love about other people. It's almost like in Jimmy's breaks last week, he did. He gave away. I owed him $20 from a Raiders bet. Said if the Broncos beat the Raiders, he would go to the Movember. Then the Raiders smashed. So I owed $20 in breaks. But his thing was you couldn't buy yourself a card. You had to buy someone else a card with that money.
Yeah,
and that that was cool.
Yeah, I mean that's just Jimmy though. He's always doing good stuff for people.
Yeah, I just thought that was super cool. And All right, looks like Trevor's in. Che's out. Couple people message. Looks like no one else is going to jump in. So if you guys
Garrett says gonna need distributor's name, address, etc. for when Upper Deck 20. Garrett, you and I have talked about that. Like I can't get any because I'm not a brick and mortar shop, and Upper Deck only deals with brick and mortar shops. So
speaking of which, and Trevor, you're going to love this. I went to my local my LCS, not Card Collector. Card Collector 2's in my town too. Ryan, if you don't follow
Ryan's in your town, you got Buck City Brace in your town.
And Ryan is awesome. And his YouTube channel, his Instagram, he literally shows like a day in the life of LCS owner.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's a super awesome guy. There was a crappy LCS in Grove City in South Columbus. And the guy was not nice. He was mean. It was next to this breakfast place my wife liked, though. So we would go to it when we went down to Grove City because that's where her family's from near there. So we'd meet her parents out for breakfast and stuff, go to this LCS. The guy was always a jerk. So then Ryan had the opportunity to buy it. And he has grown the place leaps and bounds in like 2 years. Went from this little hole that nobody knows about to everybody knows Card Collector too. Mm-hmm. But we've got one in my town called Triple Play. And it's literally a minute and a half from my house. Like I could probably throw, a double cutoff to get there playing baseball because I got a rocket arm. But there's a BMV next to it. And the BMV went out during COVID and moved to another part. So they bought out the BMV and they're tripling their space. So I went in just to get a one touch for I needed a one touch to send somebody. So I couldn't get it from Eloy because I needed it today or yesterday. So I went in to buy a one touch and I was like, what is going on? Because they had, tarp over everything. All they were selling were boxes, no singles out or anything. Like in 2 weeks, we got all this space over here. We're tripling in size. And so, the two guys in there, when I bring my daughter in, they're like, hey, Claire, here's some hockey cards because they know she likes hockey. Or Chris, we got these Drew Locks back here for you because he knows I like the Broncos. And, never any pressure or anything. You don't want to buy, you don't buy. But I think like relationships, even with your LCS, are cool. But this guy's tripling his space that he's going to have. Because I know they have like storage units just full of crap. So usually it's like kind of bare bones on as far as the boxes go, but they had like Series 1 boxes. They had the Series 2 boxes. They had update boxes, boxes from last year, just stacked high. It's usually they got one and they don't sell packs anymore. Now they're selling packs of everything. And this looks like it's going to be real great to have an updated LCS a minute and a half away.
I'm actually about to go there tomorrow, so that's actually really cool to hear.
Yeah,
and
make sure you go. Yeah, stop by and see me first, though.
Will do.
Yeah, but check them out. Andy and Matt were both there, and they were like just explaining that how they bought it out, and they're going to put all this stuff in, and they still have the Manning Super Bowl autograph jersey in there too. So he keeps trying to get me to buy it. He's like, it's only $1,500. I'm like, yeah, I want $1,500 just sitting there.
Oh, I've got an Elway autograph hanging next to me, and there's a basketball back there from like back when Bob Knight used to play for Ohio State with like Larry Siegfried and Jerry Lucas and all of them that signed it, and they won like $370 for it. I also went to the same high school as one of the players that signed it as well, and I've kind of been trying to collect his cards, all his rookie cards from like the 70s, and everyone wants like a hot penny for them, and like the PSA ones are like insane. Like there's a PSA authentic autograph going for like $200 starting bid on one of them. I'm like, I'm not touching that. Like that's just so much for me.
So you I don't know you guys very well. So Trevor, you collect the same Broncos as Chris or what?
Yeah, in a way. I've got actually one of the cards I bought from Chris like right here beside me, the Cortland Sutton bullet.
See, Chris not a real Bronco fan. You selling stuff.
He's
upgrading stuff to get more good stuff. I had 3 of those. I still have 2 of them.
Know if to match it.
You know, I probably have about 4,000 doubles of Barry Sanders, and I haven't sold one. But
Hey,
you're a
my
Broncos
brother-
guy, huh? All
My
right.
brother just sent Barry Sanders in the PSA, and it looks 9 or 10 to me. Like it was in solid shape. And my other brother's got the Fleer Jordan. He's like, I'm terrified to send it in. So instead of me sending it in, he's going to go down to Ryan, a card collector. He said he'd be $75 for, the 3-day, which is really like a month, but we're going to get that graded too for him. So
That's what I need to do with
bringing my
this.
brothers together too.
I need to do that 3-day Beckett or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for I like PSA, but I got that green Wiseman draft picks auto I pulled the other day out of a blaster. Like my wife goes to Meyer, gets a bunch of stuff, like, hey, they got this on the shelf, and grabs 2. We're gonna donate to Toys for Tots, and grabs 1 for me to open. So it just says, oh, that's the 3rd one right there. I'm like, well, that's the 3rd box mojo. So I pull that off and pull an auto out of a blaster of this number 2 overall pick in green.
Yeah, no, speaking of number 2 picks, that Jaw, I don't grade anything ever, but I need to send that to Beckett just because of the how you can get the sub auto grade, right? So you get those separate grades, and I think a 10-10, not saying it'd be a 10, I mean it'd be tough. It's a redemption card, so it's never been touched, right? But a 9-5-10 or a 10-10 would come back and just enormous on that thing.
Is that the same?
That's the John Morant orange on card out of 25. Contenders Optic. That's
What
the
makes
one.
you not want to grade anything?
What's that?
What makes you not want to grade anything?
I don't know. I don't know. I have a stack sitting back there that, I was like, oh, I'll grade these cards just for fun, just to try it. But I don't know. I just don't get around to it. I don't know. It's for me, it's that the money that is tied up and you have no card in return for it yet. Like, I don't know. It's probably just laziness, honestly, but it is what it is. So Broncos, what else do you like? Basketball, baseball?
I usually follow football, some baseball. Indians kind of irritate me every so often. And then some basketball. I'll follow the Cavs. But
Okay. All right.
trying to avoid Ohio sports for the most part because, not very consistent besides Ohio's football.
Another collector? What about you?
I collect specific players. I don't really collect teams. I'm in Oregon, so I got my choice of who to choose from. Now, Justin Herbert's kind of a given now because, but me personally, I collect Bryce Harper and Von Miller and Juju Smith-Schuster and a few random players from baseball and football, and not really a basketball collector at all. But yeah, as you were saying that, I was kind of looking at it.
Nice. Oh, you're in Oregon, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Central Washington.
I gotcha. Yeah, I used to live in Snohomish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played against Snohomish in high school there in our conference at Oak Harbor, Washington. And so, yeah, good.
Yeah, I didn't go there until after I was of age to consume beverages.
Who turned on the garden hose? Get a little feedback in there, huh? Or were you talking about all these comments? You guys reading the comments? Can you see the same ones I am?
What?
Nick said, great show. First time tuning in. Extremely thankful. Chris, you're literally the reason I got back into collecting. Thank you. You're the best. Chris, a different Chris says, thankful for the new connections of the hobby the last few months. Your videos are great. Get my mind off work. Chris Vargo works in near the Pittsburgh area. He's a first responder, works a similar profession to me. I'm not sure if he wants me to tell what he does or not. You know, Kelly's, I appreciate all of you. He's got a bounce in the morning. This was awesome. Like all these comments of just how great it was tonight, and people who couldn't stay on but wanted to watch. We still have 7 viewers watching after 2 hours, and it's just a bunch of, you know, hobby people getting on, telling what we're thankful for, and just chit chatting and having a good time, and just these comments of people just like saying nice things, man. They get to you, so it's cool. We got
That was
one
like the
more
home day
time.
hangouts that we've had. Oh, look at Dot.
What do you know?
Not a lot.
Me
Finally, I
neither.
talked him into coming on here. So
We got 13 people in here. There.
Well, I was
Oh,
going
my
to earlier, but just couldn't get away from watching the show. It's been a good show.
wow, thanks. 2 hours. This has got to break records for me. For
You know, this
most
guy was
people.
playing Madden at the same time. He's another one that's in our Madden group.
So you're the Chiefs collector. You're the Mikey Dots on Eloy's stream.
You betcha. The one and only.
So what are you thankful for here on there? Chris said he's a paramedic, so that's what he does. So, you know, watching the stream and we talk a lot about mental health. Him and I are huge mental health advocates for people in our profession and PTSD. I actually have my own business, EEA911.com, which kind of got kiboshed by the COVID, where it's teaching people about mental health, you know, what to do in emergency, how to call 911. You'd not believe how many people don't know what to do. My mom's having a heart attack. Okay, is she breathing? I don't know. She's in the other room. Like, how do you not know? Like, you got to teach people. So Chris and I talk about, and his wife does a lot of awesome work with mental health stuff. And so that's kind of what brought us together. And he actually sent my dad his first ever Pirates card and a book that a family member wrote about the Pirates. So he's a huge reason, you know, I'm back in the hobby with my dad and have that relationship. So I just want to mention that because he jumped on here, and Eagle Boy said he was second time tuning in. He'll tune in more. He can show the Dawkins off. But Michael, you know, if you've been watching, you know what we're here for. It's your turn. What are we thankful for today?
It's a lot of the same as the rest of these guys. My headspace wouldn't be anywhere near as in good a shape as it is right now if it wasn't for people to lean on. If you didn't have someone to talk to, which during shutdown, a lot of people didn't. You didn't get out of your house, or you didn't whatever. And my guys, the ones that I talk to on the daily, they held me together. You know, even if it was just bullshitting for an hour. I'm sorry about that.
Nah, we're all good here.
Yeah, even if it's just chatting or whatever, it just helps. And another thing I'm very thankful for is just what you were saying is, you know, first responders, you know, EMTs. I've had to go to a
Save your thumb, your finger.
Yeah, I've had to go to a wound specialist for like the last 30 days. I've been there once a week. And the people in there, they don't get enough thanks. And they take a lot of lean on me, huh? That's good stuff.
You knew that was
That's
me.
good stuff. That's good stuff. You're just trying to get me to go, and I ain't gonna do it.
Lean on me.
Where's my boy? Where's Tim at?
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, my guys, all the people that I talk to on the daily, you know, even the ones I'm just now meeting, there's a lot of small, well, they're bigger groups, but they're smaller, like side groups. And if you're in one, you might not be in the other. But if you meet somebody, you know, that's in one of those other groups, and all of a sudden the same kinds of people that are in your groups are in the other groups, and they just bring you right in. So it's just been great. And it's been that way so far for, I guess, somewhere around 3 years. I've known a lot of these guys for a long time. And as far as family and friends go that I see in real life, not just over the internet, I talk to these guys more than my family. So,
you know, I can attest to that. Like I was saying earlier, Nick C, I literally just figured out who that was. I talk to this guy every single day almost. And there are people that I probably care about more that I've never met. than 90% of the people that I know in
Yeah.
real life. There's probably like 5 people that I care about that really, like, you know, I always say, like, your opinion of me is none of my business. And, you know, if you're not going to take someone's advice, why would you take their criticism? So there's probably, you know, less than 10 people in my life that I know that I really honestly care what they think about me. And there's probably like 10 people that I know online that I just have built such good relationships with that I honestly care what they think about me.
Right.
Like my buddy Nick Lacucci down in Florida. He's not watching right now. His father-in-law's in town for Thanksgiving, but he was one guy that, like, I care about him a lot. And he's like one of my best friends. I talk to every single day. And if you guys didn't know, like his mom passed away like 2 weeks ago.
Oh man.
And I've been talking with him every single day. And I feel comfortable saying that because he posted a tweet about it, you know, and stuff. But, you know, lean in. And I went through this with my wife 5 years ago. So I'm trying to go through some of those same things. And like, I care what that guy thinks about me, probably more than I care what my brother thinks about me, because I'm not that close to my brother. But the, you know, actions online, just because you don't meet somebody, if you chat with somebody, you know, for a better portion of a day, whether it's text message, on the phone, DMs, whatever, you get to become, you know, friends. And that's like, you know, a relationship.
Exactly.
A friendship. And it's just, it blows me away how you can care so much about someone you've never met and may never even meet, you know, like when
Exactly.
he texted me and said his mom died, like I was crying, like it was my own mom, you know, like I just bawled and just started crying right there. And I've never even met this guy. It's like you just said, just, and then when you get into another circle, like when I joined Eloy circle, just open up with open arms. And Eloy, we're in the NL City circle, and that just opens, you know, other people. And, you know, you guys are in the Cardboard Connection group, and we're very welcoming of other people too. So there's different groups all over the place. You're in the Buck City group. You're in the Midwest Box Break group. You're in the Papillon group. I don't know how to say that guy's name, but everyone seems to have a little group. And you could be in this one or this one, and nobody cares because everybody's welcoming of everybody.
Yep.
Unless you're a dick. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. That's rule number 1.
I just snorted. It's late and I'm tired. Rule number 1, don't be a dick.
That's it. That's number 1. And I think it's the only one we have.
Oh, one thing I do want to mention that I'm thankful for is my buddy Nick here. Nicolicious33 is his Twitter name, and he's a younger collector. Just getting new into it. We started being friends over baseball, and he's got a baseball website that he writes for, and we started doing this thing, Music Monday. He's an awesome guitar player, so he's gonna play 2 songs every Monday, and it's Music Monday. And the first person to guess 2 songs, I'm gonna send him 2 free PWE cards.
I'll have to check that out.
And so that's what we started this week. And he went with the Stand By Me is what got him. Lean On Me. Lean On Me was one of the songs, and nobody got the other one. I'm like, bro, you can't go super hard week 1. Like, they got to be gimmies. You know, like Dirty Dancing and Lean On Me, or, you know, YMCA or something. So that's something we're trying to do. And just, you know, we talk about good people. Like, we're doing this Toys for Tots thing. And D Moose, he just did a big auction for cards for cans they've raised over like $4,000 for local food banks. You know, we're doing a big sealed wax thing for Toys for Tots, and there's so many good things to give to, and I know we can't do them all.
Right.
It's impossible. And so, like, oh, someone's not going to give me money for Movember. Like, I don't care. You have money, you don't. Whatever. Like, I'm not going to be mad. Eloy's gonna, but not me. So
I'm kind of jealous, man. You guys got the facial hair stuff on point. I need to work on that.
Hey, it's all Kyle, man. K-Dub got us hooked up, and
he did.
You know, he wrangled us in there, and Kyle and I are thinking about getting something going for Friday. So just be on the lookout.
There you go.
It was the first time I've shaved my face. My wife said in over 2 years. Before Cooper, our son, was even born, I've never had a clean shaven face until October 31st for the first time in his life. I had a nice beard like Trevor going on over there. So typically, but now I'm like, I got a little stubble coming on. It doesn't grow right here though. It's kind of.
See, it looks like you did it on purpose. I wouldn't tell nobody that. Just let that go. It looks like you groomed that yourself.
That's just the style there.
Quit giving away your secrets.
Well,
He just got an eraser burn when he was in grade school. That's
there you go.
And doesn't grow now.
all right, fellas. It's 1:15 in the morning. You want to
calm down? It's
real quick? Give one more last thank you, goodbye, and then I'm going to jump off here because I've posted a couple times. Anyone else wants to jump in? The last call. So it don't look like anyone else is going to jump in. We've been on for over 2 hours, so I got to get to bed. I mean, Wednesdays we got a babysitter, so I'm lucky, but I got to sleep, man. I got to sleep.
Well, great show, Chris, man. This has been a pretty uplifting show. Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can get some people to watch this week. I know the holidays got people down, and I'm just so blessed that all of you stuck around, said nice things about each other, about me, about no, not even about me, about each other. That's what this is about, is what we're thankful for. And every single person who was on here said something nice about somebody else.
Yeah. Yep. That's the good stuff.
That's just awesome.
But for everybody who's watching, this is a rough time of the year for elderly people and people that can't leave their homes. So if you know someone that lives by themselves, whether they're elderly or not, call them. It'll do a lot of good.
We're talking to you.
Yep, pointed right at you, Sam.
Elderly people can't leave their home.
It's like, just because I have white hair doesn't mean I'm elderly. I'm the same age as Chris there. Come on now.
I think I'm the oldest one in this room right now, so we're good.
If you're over 38, so what are you, 42? I think you said.
Yeah,
I'm in between you guys. Then I just turned 39, so
you still old.
The white hair's coming in.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
Cooper
I just tell my students, man, it's Chrome highlights. That's it.
There you go.
Just got to get
airbrushing.
Chrome highlights.
Yeah. my athletes too. They'll be like, "Dang, Flores, you're getting gray on the sides." I'm like, "No, man, that's my Chrome highlights, man. Don't mess with me."
Always with the jokes, keeping someone positive. So
yeah,
I try.
All right.
Well, when he starts jumping in and doing the impersonations, that's when it gets good.
Yeah. It becomes fun.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys have a happy Thanksgiving and take care of yourselves.
Yeah. Good Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys Friday night.
Yep.
I'm gonna be there. I got Friday off this week, man. I'm gonna be there. Notre Dame plays at 3:30. I got to work at 12 on Thursday, but I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
I think we're gonna start early, and I think we're gonna do one of those long ass auctions that we haven't done in a couple months. I think we might go like noon Pacific time and just let that freaking thing roll 9 hours or so. We'll see what's up.
Hey, I was really digging when you did like the Phoenix cards and you open the packs up and put them right up there. That was good stuff. Except you go to eBay to buy that Jerry Judy though. So that's all right. Hey, I got it for the price. You were like, hey, for $40, I'll keep it. I'm like, I got it for $35. I'm cool with that. So.
Hey, that's cool, man. I like the card too, man. That's a nice card. That's why I'm like, I don't even care if it's worth a ton, right? Like, I just think it's a pretty awesome card.
Hey, have I shown you how he's gotten lazy with his autograph?
With the double J?
Yeah, he used to sign Jerry Judy, and now he's signing JJ.
Now he's
J.Dot's cousin.
Yeah, J.J.
I've got 2 autographs where it actually spells out Jerry Judy, and like 4 that's just JJ. So
the CD Lamb I have is better.
I was going to say that's the same thing that what J.Dot did for the Packers.
Right.
He had a whole long name, and then all of a sudden it was just a J with a dot.
Yep. J.Dot. All right, boys. Well, yeah, man. I hope y'all have a good week. And then, those of you that we'll see Friday, cool. If not, we'll see you maybe next Tuesday or another Tuesday when we do this.
All right, Trevor, you got anything
Yeah.
for me, bro?
All right.
Good night. Good night, fellas.
Everyone have a good night.
Take care. Have a good one. I'll see you guys later.
All right, thanks
Bye.
for being on. Thanks, Trevor. Appreciate everybody being on, everyone in the chat. If you didn't jump on, just thanks for watching. This is the greatest show like I've ever done. I'm so thankful for all of you for being here. This is just the best. Like a whole bunch of people just got together to say, hey, I'm thankful for this, that, the other. And we're all thankful for Chris's mustache. So let's just give thanks tonight for the mustache and the little part right here that doesn't grow before we get out of here. Oh yeah, we're done. We've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I got to go to bed. It's 1:20 in the morning here. Luckily I got a babysitter tomorrow, but I still got to be up fairly early. But we're all done here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're going to watch on a repeat, it's 2 hours long, but you're going to love it. The Brovember, absolutely. I appreciate. How are there still 11 people watching? I don't know what YouTube says, but my StreamYard, which Eloy turned me on to, by the way, too, says 11. So thank you. I'm gonna end broadcast instead of ramble on for another 15 minutes because that's what I like to do. But thanks for everybody who came on. Everybody just stayed in the chat. I appreciate you all. What I'm thankful for, life, being alive, living life. I mean, we're in the COVID levels. My county is the highest there is. We've got like Thanksgiving regulations. You can't have more than 6 people. I don't know how many people are going to do that, but knowing people who've had it and staying safe, staying healthy, keeping my family healthy. If you watched any of my shows, you know my family's everything to me. We do a Sunday show with my daughter, the Tuesday night rants. Che and I do Monday night shows, and his kids have been exposed. And he said that earlier they're going through a COVID situation. I mean, it's scary times out there. So I'm thankful for every single one of you. If I've blocked you online, if I've talked to you, if you've sent me a DM, every single person I'm thankful for that I've interacted with, except for those breakers who I've never talked to yet, ever. And I follow you, and the first thing you send me is, hey, man, I got a break coming up on Friday. Here's the link to it. Like, I'm not thankful for you, but I'm thankful for everybody else that interacts with me, whether you comment on my card, you hit me in the DMs. A lot of people, when I said Cooper had a peanut allergy, reached out to me, and we had conversations. I think that's kind of how Tyler, Liddy Cards, and I just started talking. Is he's got a peanut allergy, just like my son. Then I find out he's a Notre Dame fan. Or like Ben from Midwest Box Breaks, he started chatting with me because I said his trust coins were dumb. And that's not what he intended them for. We talked about it, found he's an Irish fan, and we chat sometimes now. You know, like Eloy, I'm in his breaks on Fridays, and he was in my one that I ever did. He comes to the shows. Like, he has such a relationship that my daughter calls him Eloy, and he calls her Eclair. Like, you can't just grow these relationships on trees. It takes years of trust. I don't need a coin telling you I'm trustworthy, but just the fact that I can say, hey, there's someone hurting. Jamie's grandpa died. We need to help him. We need $40 to send him a card. PayPal's lit up. You know, it's just that. It's the coming together of people for the better good of humanity that I'm thankful for. That's it. It's the coming together of people for the betterment of humanity. We're gonna end it with that. Thank you, Gold Line, Chris. We out.